Imagine failing a drug test even though you had not used any drugs.
Then imagine going to jail for that failed test. A federal lawsuit questions whether that's happening in Rutherford County. Investigative reporter Ben Hall examines the county's for-profit probation company.
Well, the lawsuit claims the company extorts money from poor people charged with misdemeanor crimes. One method, drug tests.
We gotta have a roof over our head. I don't want to be sleeping under a bridge.
Debbie and Stephen Gibbs have been through a lot together.
We have been married for 47 years.
And they've lived in this Murfreesboro motel room for the last 2 years.
Every night before I hit that bed, I say my prayers.
Stephen is disabled. Debbie works at a fast food restaurant.
Every now and then brings me something home from McDonald's for breakfast. I put it in the microwave.
Last year, Stephen was arrested for driving on a suspended license. Unable to pay off his fine, he was put on supervised probation with Providence Community Corrections in Rutherford County.
They want to keep threatening you with, if you don't pay this and you don't pay that, you know you're going to be violated. Ain't nothing I can do.
Gibbs says he brought money every week, attempting to pay court costs and the additional fees charged by PCC. But his probation officer said it was not enough.
Because I didn't have the money to pay a payment. She said, well, I'm going to drug test you then. Go ahead, I ain't done nothing.
Gibbs had just taken a drug test at his pain clinic, which showed him clean. But when PCC's test came back 2 weeks later, it showed he had used marijuana. His probation officer promised a warrant for his arrest.
I was in shock. I was like, how in the world can you test positive and you hadn't touched anything?
He was asked to take a drug test, and they came back positive for 2 different substances, which seems strange.
Jonathan Cole met Gibbs as he and other lawyers gathered information for a lawsuit against PCC. They immediately sent Gibbs for yet another drug test at an independent company.
And they paid for the drug test. The next morning, the test come back negative on everything. Negative.
That's right. That third drug test showed Gibbs had no drugs in his system, just like the one from the pain clinic.
It seems strange that he would have a clean test and then a failed test and then a clean test, and the only one he violates is the one that's administered by PCC.
In fact, the drug testing company PCC uses warns about false positives at the bottom of each test and states a confirmatory test is highly recommended.
And so we find it strange that they rely on that in order to threaten to violate somebody, to put them back in jail.
So we went to PCC's office and asked to speak with a manager.
So the only way you can talk to somebody is if you call and make an appointment.
We're happy to call. We've made calls. No one's returning our call.
No, without an appointment, can't let you inside.
Can anyone tell us about the drug test that PCC is using, the unreliable drug tests?
Like I said, you have to call and make an appointment.
We've called. No one's called back.
I can't help you.
And it's stressful.
Stephen Gibbs is now one of 7 people suing PCC and Rutherford County in a class action lawsuit, claiming they extort money from the poor.
I just think they tamper with people.
The Gibbs say the drug tests are part of a rigged system and claim the fees they owe PCC continue to rise to twice what they pay for rent. Stephen worries every day about going to jail.
It takes every penny she can make just to keep a roof over our head, and if it hadn't for that, we'd both probably be homeless by now.
Stephen Gibbs will be in federal court Friday, along with PCC. His lawyers want to prevent the county from arresting him and others for those failed drug tests.
What have you heard from the probation company?
Well, despite having gone out there, PCC has not gotten back to us. In a previous statement, they said they follow all state laws. If they send another statement, we'll certainly post it online.
All right.